Okay, so let's go to the book. Okay. Okay, so today we have to finish unit 2, right? Okay, so perfect. Let's go to the grammar part. We did inseparable phrasal verbs and gerunds and infinitives. Right now is the future time clauses. Okay, so I will share you my screen. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so I will share my screen right now. And we have this here. Okay. So we have, when we talk about future time clauses, we are talking about some actions that it's happening in the present, and these actions that we have in the present, it's gonna mean a lot in order to another action happen in the future. Okay, so in this case we have two sentences in one. Okay, why? Because in the first sentence, when we talk about this, always we're gonna talk about two tenses. That it is, for example, first, simple present, and in the other one, we will have the future tense. Okay, so we will have these two sentences, and we have to link two sentences by joining these with these connectors. For example, this part. When we have, for example, when, after, before, as soon as, until, and while. Okay, so these are the connectors that we have to use for making these sentences or making like some predictions that it's going to happen in a near future, but before an action in a present happens. Okay, so we have this, we have two structures for this. The most important thing is that we are going to use always these connectors. Okay, so we have to like memorize these connectors to join one simple present to one future sentence. Okay, so what is gonna be the instruction for this? For example, when we want to say that something is going to happen in the future, so first, this is the first way. When something in the future is going to happen, for example, future statement. Something is going to happen. After this, maybe I could put the connector, this, okay, these are called like connectors or linking words. So I could put like a connector, my connector, and after using my connector, always I will have the other statement. what do I have to put in the other statement? It is the simple present. Ouch. Okay, here. Okay, so for example, if I want something in the future happen, I could say, I will, for example, I will travel to USA, and I could use as soon as, for example, as soon as and my action in present. So we have to say that something in present has to occur, okay? Something in the present has to occur. So first is going to happen this. So after this happens, this sentence in the future is going to happen. Okay, so this is first and this is second. But first I will put what is going to happen in a near future. I will travel to USA. But what is the condition? As soon as. In the present, what does it have? What is the action that has to happen? As soon as, for example, you arrive home, for example, okay? So I will travel to USA as soon as you arrive home. So what is the first action that has to happen first? You have to come home. You have to arrive home. And when you arrive, you will travel to USA. So this is first and this is second, right? So we are joining these two sentences by using this connector. Okay? So this is the first way. Of course, we have another way where we could use first the connector. Okay, first the connector. After I could use the future, and after the future, separated by a comma, because we have to separate those sentences. I will use the present. So I can say this same sentence. As soon as you, oh, sorry. In this case, I want to explain you this. This is different. If I put, for example, first the connector, right? If I put first the connector, I can't start with the future. Why? Because it's not gonna have sense. Let's see. As soon as I will to USA, separated by a comma, you arrive home. So this sentence doesn't have sense. As soon as I will travel to USA, you arrive home. So this is the first? No, right? When we use, first of all, the connector, so this is the second way. When we use the connector first, always we are going to start with the simple present. As soon as you arrived home, what is it going to happen? I will travel to USA. So this is my first action. You arrive home and then I will travel to USA. Okay, so when we have the connector first, always we start with simple present. And after simple present separated by the other sentence, we're gonna use the comma and the future. Okay, so this is the first way. If we have the connector in the middle, always we'll start with the future and after the simple present because it has more sense. But when we start with the connector, we are going to start with the first activity in present and after the future tense. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So for example, here we have some little examples like it says, for example, I'm sure, okay, here, I'm sure they'll decide it is starting in future.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as my connector, they have more information. They have more information present. So I am joining these two sentences, these two tenses by using the first structure, right? So what is the first activity that has to happen first? They have more information, right?
Mm-hmm.
And after they have more information, they'll decide. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. So here, when we use, for example, first, well, this is another example when we are using the future, but the future with be going to. Okay, so in this case, I'm not using will. I'm using be going to, that it's a future time too. So I could use it. I'm not going to comment until we know more. So first, what does it happen? We have to know more, and after I am going to comment, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is when we start with future. When we start with a connector, when, for example, I will continue with a simple present. When I get home, future tense. I will watch TV. This is my first activity. When I get home, and after, I will watch TV. Or then, right? So if I start with future, I will watch TV when I get home. Okay, so both are similar, but the order of the uses of the instructions is going to variate, right?
Yes.
So until here, do we have some questions, Gabby?
No, it's clear.
Perfect. Okay, Gabby. So now let's go to the platform and let's see the exercises there, okay?
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
No.
Okay. Okay, so let's see. Let's check the answers. Perfect. Any mistake? So now let's go next. Okay, so let's check the mistakes.
Mm.
Okay, we have two.
Mhm.
Number two, for example, we are using first, oh well, we have the connector in the middle, right?
Mm,
So
mhm,
what we have
mhm,
in the middle, we have to start
mhm,
with future, right?
mhm. And then next. Ah, yes.
The other is okay. Everything's okay. Perfect. After she exercised for 1 hour. And the other, it's okay. Perfect.
Mhm,
Okay, so that was the only one, right?
mhm.
Great. So I think that we have one more. Let's go next because we have 3 exercises. Future time closes.
Yes. Mhm, mhm.
Yes, yes. Where we have to write.
Dinner. Mm.
Okay, so let's see. Okay, perfect. And the first one, for example, you weren't putting the third person in the verb, right?
Yes, yes. I always have trouble with that until I remember.
Okay, okay, don't worry. But the best is that you realize it and after that you put, right?
Mhm.
Great. Perfect, Gabby. So now let's go to the next grammar. With this grammar, we finish all units 2, okay?
Mhm.
So we finish. Right now, I will assign you this second quiz. So give me a second. Okay, so right now it's assigned
Mhm.
and you could start doing it. Right now, I think that we can open the third. Give me a second. Because we are in the first unit. Can you see number 3?
A ver.
Mm,
Yes.
Yes? Okay,
Mhm.
yes. So we can see it. So this unit, okay, it's supposed that we start tomorrow, but let's just start today with the first grammar, okay?
Okay.
So in the first grammar, the thing that we have is the infinitives of purpose. So what does it mean? When we talk about the infinitive of purpose, I will share my screen with you. So we have, for example, this. When we talk about infinitives, and of course, we're talking about purpose, right? We have two kinds. We have, for example, the first one that is to, and the other one that is in order to. Okay, so we're gonna see the differences between these two ones. Give me a second, I will share you a document
Okay.
that is more clear. So, perfect, so choose. Infinitive of purpose. Okay. Mhm. Give me a second, it's a little bit slow. I don't know why it's not happening. So I will share you the document by WhatsApp, and please
Okay.
could you open it, Larry?
Okay.
So, mhm, okay, okay. So did you receive it?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So now could you share your screen with me, please?
Okay.
I don't know what's happened. I think it's maybe some problem about my Microsoft. Mm.
Mm.
Perfect. So, I will solicitate you the control in order to explain, please. Okay. So now, for example, here in the document, as you can see, we have two kind of infinitives in order to make or in order to express some purpose. Okay. The first one is this to plus the verb in base form. So what does it mean to? It means para, right? So with the verb in base form, we're going to express like we're gonna use the infinitive. And after this infinitive, so what is the uses of this? Is in order to express some reason, right? For example, here, I went on holiday. This is what I did. So this is my normal sentence. If somebody tell me why, so in order to express purpose, I will use the infinitive to relax. So this is why I did it. This is the purpose, right? So I went on holiday to relax. She studies hard to get good scores. So we could use in simple present, for example, here. She studies hard. What is the purpose? To get good scores. In simple past, what do we have? He gave up cakes, right? Gave up in past. Why? What was the reason? To lose weight. So this is in past, right? If I want to use in progressive, I'm calling you. So this is with ing, progressive. And what is the reason? To ask for your help. Okay, so this is the, I'm gonna use the infinitive to express the purpose. Okay, and after that I could have like a complement. Okay, so here we have a note where it says be careful. In many languages we use, yes, many people used to use the for, this word for, with verb in base form. For example, I'm calling you for ask for your help, or he gave up cakes for lose weight, for example. So that is incorrect, okay? It's not correct. So always to give purpose with to. For example, I went on holiday for relax. It's not okay. Okay, always with base form.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yes, yes, many people used to, they have, I don't know, but they used to use like with for in the verb. It is because for means para too, right? But it's not a good way in grammar. Okay? For example, if I want to use this for in grammar, the thing that I could do in order to be, for example, correct, it could be like for, I could write, but I'm not gonna use with base form. Okay? It's gonna be like, okay, this. It's gonna be like this. For, and I could put with ing, with gerund, or relax. So in this case, it is okay, right? But if I use with to, it's not okay. Too relaxing, for example. Okay.
Okay.
For relaxing, For losing weight, it's okay. But with very base form, always to. Okay?
Mhm.
So the other, or well, we have here more examples, but in different kind of tenses: present continuous, simple past, past continuous, right? Future simple, we have this. He'll come, for example, he'll come. Why? Or yeah, what's the reason? To the party later. But why? To pick up Julia. Okay, so to pick up is the infinitive. Okay, in future and past continuous in all the tenses. Okay.
Mhm.
The other, it is in order to. This in order to means the same as to plus the verb in base form. So this is a little bit longer, but it means the same. Para and the verb in base form, right? But what is the difference between to and in order to? It is, for example, that to plus the verb in base form, it's kind of informal, and in order to plus verb in base form, it's more formal. Okay, so this is more formal and this is like informal or commonly. So I could say, or I could use both. I went on holiday to relax, or I went on holiday in order to relax. Both are okay. Okay. What happened when we talk about negatives? With the first, where we have to plus the verb in base form, the only thing that we have to realize is the tense. If I'm using in present, I only have to use don't. For example, I don't have to go to come late, for example. So the negative, I will put it in the tense, right? Not in the purpose. But when we use in order not or in order to, we have to put the negative in the purpose. So my negative is going to be in order not to. So this means para no. I drank coffee in order not to fall asleep. So many people in these cases used to use, for example, this in order to fall or in order to, and after putting not, and that's not okay, okay? Always in order not, and we don't have to separate to plus the verb in base form, so they have to be together, okay? In order not to fall asleep. So this is the purpose. Okay, so in this part, if we can realize, for example, in the first one, is this sentence infinitive of purpose? Yes, right? Because we have, I went home. And what's the reason? To sleep. So it is an infinitive of purpose. In this part, go home and sleep. Is it an infinitive of purpose? Not.
No.
Because we don't have to and we don't have in order to. And in this part, you must go home and sleep. We are using infinitive of purpose? No, right? In this case, why not? Because we are using an auxiliary. And this is not like a purpose, it is more like an obligation. This is why it's not an infinitive of purpose, okay? So I don't know if you have some questions until here, Gabby.
No, it's clear.
Perfect. Okay, Gabby. So here, for example, you could find some exercises with this in order to practice. And if you have some doubts, you could tell me after and I could help you, okay?
Okay.
So with this, we are gonna finish and let's go to the platform, okay?
Okay. Mhm.
Oh, give me a second. I will assign you. Yes, this unit 3. Mhm. Yes, tomorrow. Yes. Let's see, it has to be assigned. Okay. Tomorrow, Friday. Okay, so this is going to be. Okay, so it's done. Let's start, Abby, with the first one.
Okay. Mm.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, so now let's go to the second one.
Mm.
Okay, so let's see. Perfect. So, what about this grammar? Is it understandable, Gabby?
Yes. Yes, it was easy.
Perfect. Okay, Gabby. So, today we're gonna finish here. And
Okay.
tomorrow we're gonna do maybe modals of necessity or participle adjectives, okay? Yes, one of them, because Monday we're gonna finish with the other one, okay?
Okay.
So, we, give me a second. Okay, so now let's finish here. Mm. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, Gabby, so see you tomorrow. Okay, so tomorrow we're gonna continue with the other grammar. Okay,
Okay, see you tomorrow. Take care.
bye bye, Gabby.